buy, buy, buy. Sell, sell. Sell it all, sell it all. Well, buy. What are we talking about? We're talking about the crazy stock market, right? If you followed the stock market at all since the pandemic, it has been absolutely crazy, with pretty much all stocks absolutely falling off a cliff and then recovering somewhat. And actually, you know, people made some good money during that time when it hit rock bottom, and then they started to reinvest, or they started to invest for the first time and they made a lot of money. And recently we've seen stock prices plummet again, not to the start of the pandemic type of drop, but significant drops nonetheless. And how does this relate to the cruise industry? Well, we're going to identify 3 cruise line stocks today, talk about them. And we're going to talk about Carnival, we're going to talk about Royal, and we're going to talk about Norwegian, and take a look at their stock prices pre-pandemic. And then, you know, at the time of the pandemic when all the stocks just dropped off a cliff, and most recently. And is it an opportunity to buy? Now, let me just start out by saying at the beginning of this video, I am not a financial advisor, and I'm not saying you should absolutely buy. These are just my opinions, and, you know, take from them what you will. But if you do choose to buy any stock, of course, do your own research. There are many experts that are going to disagree with me, and there are many experts that are going to agree with what I have to say. But let's talk about it right after this.
I just can't get away from a good time.
All right, so let's look here at Carnival. Now, this chart that you're seeing is coming from Ameritrade, and as you see on the chart here, at the very end, at the top there, well, across the top, you start with 1 day, 5 days, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and 5 years. I currently have the chart set on 5 years, and as you see, in the year 2020, when Carnival is at its lowest, it gets all the way down to about 750. All right, now let's look at the chart from about, let's say roughly January 2018. The stock was trading at about $73. $73. And as of May 24th, this morning, you can now purchase that same, what was $73 for $12.97. Okay, so and then let's take a look at the overview here. Now, these last 52 weeks, the stock has ranged in price from $12.54 to $31.52. And if you can't see where I'm looking, just look where that little black box is. That's where it says 52-week range. And the low, you see that box, that's showing you that over the course of the year, those, depending on where that little black box is, that shows you, you know, its highest or lowest point during the current year. So right now, if you were to purchase Carnival stock, you're purchasing it right now at its lowest point. Let's move on to the next stock, Norwegian. The Norwegian's trading at about $2 higher. But again, you see, looking at that 52-week range, that they have a low on the year of 1430. They're just barely above that at 1506. and it traded at a high point of 33.95. So again, if you were to buy some Norwegian stock today, you'd be getting it at pretty much the lowest price you've been able to get at that price in over a year. Now let's go to the chart and see where it was 5 years ago. Now it was trading at a slightly lower price than Carnival back in 2018 January, but pre-pandemic it was trading at a higher price, where Carnival was around $50 a share, Norwegian was at around $60 a share, and then you see that gigantic nosedive right off the cliff all the way down to about $7 a share. And it rebounded and got back up to about $34 a share, and then recently has been taking a tumble like the other cruise line stocks, and it's all the way back down to $15 a share. And once again, that's about the lowest point it's been at all year. So buy low, sell high. Can it drop lower? Well, certainly. And we see, from the past there, it dropped as low as $7. Now, do you think we're in as bad a situation as we were, during the pandemic? Do you think it's that bad? Do you think we'll drop that low? Again, that's personal opinion, and, you can do your own research. Now, let's go to Royal. Okay, so Royal, you see, and these are all different. That you might be saying, well, you're showing me the same chart for every one. It's the same movement. No, these are actually, all three were different charts, but they all dropped off a cliff, at the time of the pandemic. So you see in Royal's case, it was trading at about $135 pre-pandemic, and it fell right off the cliff all the way down to below $24. And it climbed back up. It tried to get back up to 100 and was almost successful, creeping right up to the edge of $100. But then recently it has dropped, and as of this morning, you could get this stock for $54.63. And let's go to the overview. And you can see for the 52-week range, go down toward the bottom there, that it's at its lowest point. 53.57 was its lowest, and it's just trading slightly above that at 54.63. So again, another buy low and hopefully sell much higher buying opportunity now. Now again, all three of these stocks have shown that they've dropped even lower than the price that they are currently, but those were right after the pandemic. So now, do you feel, and again, you have to do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. Again, these are my own opinions, but I have recently purchased stock in Royal. As a matter of fact, I just purchased some yesterday, and when I get a hold of a little bit more money, I'll be buying some stock in Norwegian, and then I'll have stock in all three of the major cruise lines, and I do expect them to recover, and I do expect to make a decent amount of money on my investment. Now, again, I could lose. I understand that. Based on my research, this is what I feel, and again, I'm just sharing my opinion. You can see what you think of it, but again, before investing any of your own money, please make sure you do your own research, because there are plenty of experts out there that will say, hey, no, this isn't a good investment at all. You should put your money somewhere else. As a matter of fact, let's check the rating on Royal. Now, if you check the rating on Royal, these are, financial experts. So you have the research team at the top, and they're saying reduce. Now, that advice came on February 3rd. And then CFRA, now this came December 31st. They're more neutral. They have it as a 3-star. Now, the street said sell, and that was recent. That was May 14th, I'm sorry. That was way back in 2020. Now, yeah, actually, you can throw out these dates for the most part, with the exception of Market Edge. Now, that came just yesterday, as a matter of fact, and they said to avoid the stock right now. Okay. And then Ford Equity Research is more neutral. Recently this month, they said, you know, three would be more like a holding pattern. Like if you have, you know, Royal, you know, to hold it, they're not saying reduce. They're just kind of neutral on it. So again, there are experts out there that are saying, hey, you know, don't do it. And then there's, you know, like the Ford Equity there that are like, you know, in a holding pattern. You know, we think it's a good company. Don't dump it yet, but you know, you don't necessarily buy more either. So again, I wanted to share with you both sides of the coin. I don't want to, you know, give you an opinion that, oh yeah, this is a great buying opportunity to buy. There's other people that are going to be telling you differently. So you have to make your own decision. All right. So that's it. Okay, so look, so you saw the stock prices and you see, wow, they are extremely low, the lowest they've been in the entire year. And yeah, what's that expression? Buy low, sell high. Well, we got the low part taken care of. So if you do get in now, you're buying at the lowest point that you could have bought at the entire year. Now, could it drop lower? Absolutely, it could drop lower, and it may drop lower. You know, for example, I could see Royal dropping as low as $45. I mean, it would shock me if it got lower than that. Right now, it's at about $55. I could see Carnival dropping down to, you know, about $9. Right now, it's at 13, which seems incredibly low as it is. And Norwegian's, you know, pretty much in that same boat. Okay, I could see those, you know, both Carnival and Norwegian both dropping below $10 a share. Now, you know, you might say, well, I'm going to wait for that. And, you know, again, that's your prerogative. If you feel strongly that that's what's going to happen, well, you know, then wait for it to drop and, you know, jump in then and purchase. Now, one thing a lot of experts do say is it's better to be a little bit too early on purchasing a stock than being too late. So for example, let's use that $13 that Carnival's trading at right now, roughly, as of May 24th, 2022. You know, if you purchase it now and it drops to say $10, well, you may say, well, dang it, I should have waited and I would have saved myself $3 a share. But, you know, if your intention was only to buy, say, 100 shares and your intention is to sell it when it gets up to $25, well, if you buy 100 shares at $13 and you sell it at 25, it's not going to make a difference. You know, you're going to make $12 per share, or almost 100% of what you invested, and, you know, the problem's solved. But on the other hand, if you wait until, let's say, the stock jumps in a week by $5 and it goes from $13 to $18, well, now you're paying $5 more a share. So instead of, you know, waiting until it got up to $25, you might have to wait till it gets to $30 or $31 before you realize the same return on investment. So that's just a general example. So let me just reiterate, you know, what I said at the very beginning. I'm not a financial advisor, so by no means should you, you know, take my feelings as gospel or whatever. These feelings are my own, and I will tell you that I do own stock in both Carnival and Royal Caribbean. So I'm not just saying you should do this, and I'm not doing it myself. I own, you know, a good amount of stock for me and my financial capabilities in both of those companies. I do not currently own any Norwegian as of May 24th, but I intend to purchase some in the very near future here. So I will own stock in all three of these companies in the very near future. But do as you feel is best for you, and if you see it as a buying opportunity like I do, by all means, jump in and let's enjoy the ride. All right. Well, that's all I have for you today, cruise team. I hope you have a fabulous day, or had a fabulous day whenever you're watching this. And we will talk to you very soon. Take care.
I just can't get away from a good time.